everyone. This is Peggy with Sweet Tea Makery. Welcome back to 12 Days of Crafting with Sweet Tea Makery. Today, I thought we'd do not a crafty craft, but more of a home decor craft um, with some candles. So I'm going to quickly try to pull my comments up. So pardon me. And if you're just now joining, say hello. Um, How is your weather doing up there? We're getting chilly here down in South Carolina. So I'm not sure if we can pull this up. Let's pull this up real quick, y'all. I've had a lot of internet issues and I don't know why that's happening. There we go. And I don't know why. This is dark. There. Okay. Yeah, my internet connection's not good today, so it keeps saying pausing. I don't know what the problem is, um, but if you are just now joining me, say hello and let me know if you can hear me fine and if you can see me fine. Hey Michelle, how are you? Um, I'm having a little bit of internet problems, so we'll see. It's freezing up on me here, so I'm not sure if it's freezing up on you there. Hopefully not, but we'll keep an eye on it. And if it does, I may end up just closing down and either restarting or continue to video it, and then we will upload it a little later. So today I want to try something a little different. So I picked up these candles, and oh y'all, this smells so good. It's called Cookie Swap. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I'm going to tilt you down just so we can kind of get started. So this particular candle is a 2-wick, what they call a 2-wick candle, and it already came decorated, and it has a lid to it. And I love doing candles, putting candles out in my home. I also picked up this cute one with Christmas trees and snowmen, and then of course just a regular Christmas plaid. But I picked them up and used them all throughout my house. And so what I want to do is, instead of just having this black top sitting, or just the open candle. Now my husband has an issue with some of the candles, so I have to really be careful. He just gets super congested. But I thought what we would do is decorate the top of them and see how that goes. So guys, I hope y'all are there. If you're not there, let me know. There you go. It is pausing. It's not pausing for you. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much and welcome. I thought y'all were all gone there for a second. So this is the first time I've done this. So there's different ways you can do it. I'm going to try to actually use the lid itself. Um, if not, I have some alternate options to try. So I'm going to move. I got a bunch of different ribbons. We'll add a little bit of ribbon to it. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm probably only going to have time to do one. So I chose the gingerbread because this is the ribbons that I had, y'all. Just a mixture of ribbons. They're so cute. And I also made a lantern topper bow, which also has this one in it. And I may end up using this ribbon for it, but I haven't decided. We'll see. I kind of wanted it to match because I wanted to put the candle up beside my lantern. So I only need a little bit of floral foam because we're going to add some greenery in here and some picks and a cute little gingerbread. I've got several options. I always just gather things together and sometimes go by the seat of my pants. I don't know if y'all craft like that. So I don't need a whole lot of thickness. So I think these are too big. I just dropped something that I need, which I just ran. Sorry, guys. But there we are. So I am going to, this is too thin. I'm going to try this one. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something different. Okay. Okay. So I use this. I use this to cut my floral foam. This is green floral foam, and it's just a tool that I got from the local home store, not home store, but what I want to talk about, home improvement store. And it comes with an adjustable blade. Anyway, I prefer using this than a small knife. I want to measure that. I'm just going to go halfway across. And actually, we don't have to have the candle here unless we might need it for height. So let's try doing it this way. I'm just going to mark it real quick. Now this can be a little noisy, but see how much easier that is to cut through your floral foam, and it goes a long way, and it cuts it like butter. Excuse me. It's a little messy. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to try gluing it directly onto the metal. If not, we have some other options that we can do. I've got this round wood, and I've got this cute woodsy type log one, and I actually have a third one, but I won't pull that one out yet unless these don't work. So I've got a hot glue gun and a cool shot glue gun. I think I'm going to try the hot glue. Actually, probably, let's try the cool shot first. And I'm just going to put some glue down on my foam. And what I like about using this cool shot, the Surebonder, is that it doesn't melt the floral foam like hot glue does. But let's see if it works. And we'll just hold it down for a second. You can see how we have that there. And I'm going to take a little bit of Greenery. I have some down on the bottom of this. Yeah. Just to kind of cover it up a little bit. Just some green moss, Spanish moss. It's going to be messy. I just kind of want to try to hide that foam a little. And we can always trim off whatever if there's any excess. Okay. So these are what we call S-pens. You can get them in any craft store. And sometimes it's a little taller. Actually, that might work. But what a little trick that I do is when I have foam that I've cut down and it's shorter and it's maybe too tall for the project, I just trim them off. I trim them just a tad bit. Just like that. You can kind of trim them off. Not kind of, but you can. And I just use that to hold that in place. And again, we've got some moss here. Because it doesn't really take that much to, they fly everywhere. Hello, if you're just joining me, hello. Hey, Christy, how are you? I'm doing what I'm calling a candle topper. Just to show you, this is candles that I bought. They already had a really pretty pattern, little gingerbread pattern, and this is the lid that goes on it. And I'm trying to decorate with this first. And I'm just using a little bit of Greenery. Y'all, I really want it just to be simple. I'm not trying to do it, to overpower it because it's small. But what my idea behind this was that when when your candle's in play, of course, it'll be decorated. I mean, when it's not lit. And then when you want to light it, you'll have two different things. I'm making a huge mess. You'll have the candle burning, and beside it, you'll have a decorative um, top. And these are great to put in your vendor shops um, or in your craft shows. And you can actually make a separate candle topper. I'll have to show y'all. That's what I used to do. Um, and where you don't even actually have to have the candle itself. And you can sell just the topper. Matter of fact, I'll just show you right here. So this is actually a 6-inch disc, but I usually use my 5-inch discs because they fit these type of candles perfectly. And then I either paint or stain the disc, and then I will create my design on here, so then that you can just lay it on top of your candle. Now, if people have just open candles and not the lid, then you can do that. And you can put this on a candlestick, and you just sell the topper. Just FYI. Okay, let's get to crafting. So I've picked up several little pieces. Now I have this one here, so we may try that. But I actually have sorry, gotta move all my crafting stuff around. So I actually have these gingerbread picks. This is the star cookie, the Christmas tree, and an actual gingerbread. So we may use that instead of this smaller ornament, just because I just kind of like it. So we'll put this aside somewhere. And I haven't decided, since we already have, I mean, I know it would match the candle pattern, but I think I may end up just doing either the tree or the cookie, just for a different kind of design. I don't know. I haven't decided fully. But what I want to do, we may have to add a little bit more greenery to this, we'll see, to hide the foam. So these are just some picks that I've picked up along the way, and I kind of like to bend them out a little bit. This one has a little pine cone. We may remove that, and we're just going to trim it down just a little bit. Howdy. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I still have, thank you, Michelle, for, yes, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the bow. Yeah, I love making bows. I've been making bows for years. Okay, so I got to remember how I'm going to have this sitting on my candle. So I might just put it and work with it on the candle here. So what I'm going to do is just come in from the side. And we'll just add more and more greenery as we go. And again, this is all wired. I haven't decided if I wanted to move it or not. Yeah, I think I'm going to come in at the top a little bit more. And we'll pull that pine cone. I may even take the pine cone out because I've got several different kinds of picks. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And again, we're just going to keep adding greenery as we go and just make a pretty topper. I haven't seen very many of these. I went looking, I had the idea, and then I'll think of something, and then I'll go look on Pinterest, like everyone else, to see if anyone else has done that. I think what we're going to do, I like this. I'm just seeing which one I want to do. I mean, it looks cute with the, gosh, y'all, I can't decide. It looks cute with the gingerbread. What do you think? Oh, where do I buy my picks? So these picks actually came from Michael's. And I think well, they haven't put a lot of Christmas out at my Michael's yet, but these came from Michael's. Um, I got most of these last year, but I had actually got them the year before too. So for 2 years, they've had the same pick. And what I do is I always try to go like the latest I can to get them on more of a sale. Now these picks, these Greenery picks, actually came from Walmart. They're perfect. They have a little bit of everything on there. I'll show you some other ones. This is actually a clip-on one from Walmart. And I buy these specifically to do small projects like this. Like this is another one, and these are like 98 cents, y'all. I mean, you know, and look, see, I could add this on here if I wanted to. This one would be perfect to do the snowman candle because it has a little bit of snow. And if you don't want the pine cone on it, then just take it off. But I buy my picks from Walmart, the 98-cent section. I get them, and especially the little small picks, um, because they're like 98 cents. So, I mean, you can't beat that. So, I'm trying to decide. I really want to go ahead and add this, but let me go back to this. So, I've got some little peppermints too. What do y'all think? Should I use the Christmas tree in this design? Should I use the cookie? Or should I use the gingerbread? I'm trying to watch the comments. Is the candle... It's not a gingerbread scent, which I love, but it does say that this particular scent says cookie swap. That's the smell of it. And it kind of smells like, to me, gingerbread cookies. And they all have different scents, of course. And you can get these, you know, you get candles anywhere. I just wanted the one with the already had the decoration on it, just because then I wouldn't have to decorate it. But if it was a solid candle, I have one in the other room I should have brought, but I have a solid red one that I'm going to decorate as well. It's just solid frosted red, and so I would decorate that a little differently. I would like decorate the red one. But this one is, oops, sorry, cozy vanilla. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. And I try to buy those inexpensive too. I buy them from all over. Okay, did we have a decision? Oh, you do? I know. It's really hard because, see, if I do the gingerbread, that looks cute. But if I, the gingerbread man, but if I do that, that's kind of pretty. They're all three. I mean, they're all cute. I guess I could do the gingerbread. Let's just go with the gingerbread man, and then, because I can always take it out if I want to change it up. Let me show y'all this. Look how gorgeous this one is, y'all. This was a Walmart felt pick with holly. So, again, I pick things up from all over, um, everywhere. Okay. And of course, though, they love the glue on this. This is Michael's. This pick is Michael's. And again, I use my um, senior discount when I can. Do y'all know that Michael's has a senior discount of 10% on everything, even on sales? You just go on to their club, join their club, and you can get, excuse me, you can get, I want that to stand up just a little bit. You can get, just trying to decide how far I need to cut it. You can get 10% off, and if you're a teacher or military, you can get 15% off of your purchases, whether it's regular price or sales price. On top of that, we may have to turn this down just a little bit more. Sorry, and I kind of want them to go think that's still too tall. Yep. I'm just trying to fit him in there before I use the glue. I'm trying to figure out if 8 o'clock is a good time. Okay, you see how we have that? I like that. So I think I'm going to add some glue. And I'm just using my little Cool Shot. I just find it easier sometimes to use the Cool Shot. Okay. So we still need to add some more greenery around. But I kind of like that so far. Okay, so now we're going to add actual greenery. I usually add my main pieces and then work around it. So I've got some pine that I'm going to add to this because it's kind of Christmassy. And we may mix up several of our, actually, I have one that I was working on. You know, this is something that I was working on and I went a whole nother way with it. So I may use a little bit of this greenery. Can't decide. Let's see. I guess we'll use this. We're just trying to make some filler. Sorry, y'all. Of course, I moved my big clippers. Yeah. So I think what we can do is actually pull this back a little bit. And we're going to make two because I don't need it that long. So I'm just going to, what I do is just pull it back so I don't cut off too many of that. And just get down to that stem. And we're going to make it into two pieces. If we can, because I didn't, I should have brought my other big clippers, but I didn't. Okay. So I am just going to just start filling in. Okay. And I'm just going at an angle here. Just trying to give it a little bit of filling. Okay. Let's see. I may end up taking that out. Yep. And again, this is sort of a lighter green and a darker green. And I'm just filling it. We're going to come back to the back a little bit. And then we'll start adding in a different type of greenery. Let's see. I've got a bunch of different ones. Let's see. Let's add some Leland cypress in there. Let's see how that looks. I'm just tearing up or recycling an older piece. Here we go. Here we got a little piece here. So we're going to come up in with that one and possibly bend it down just because I want to. I like getting my greenery in first and then moving on to my other pieces. Let's see. I use up to about 3 different types of greenery in mine. I'm just upcycling, y'all. We may have to trim that off. Let's just see. I got a smaller piece here. 2 smaller pieces. And again, this is a smaller arrangement, so we may have to trim that off just a tad. I didn't bring my pick machine in here, so so I'm out of luck. Okay, just so y'all can kind of see where we're going. This is going to take some time. Even if they're small, they still take time. Hey, and if you're not already following me, you can go ahead and do that. We'll be doing some more fun projects. I just felt like doing a little floral design tonight. There we go. Okay, I'm getting my greenery and my little red berries, as you can see. And let's do another one. Let's trim it off here. Now when I'm cutting my, I'll just show you all this. When I cut my silk florals, I still try to cut them at an angle, just like you do fresh flowers, because it just helps with insertion or inserting. I can't talk tonight, y'all. I'm trying to cover this little section right here. And we may have to do a little bit bigger filler. But if you cut them off at an angle, it really, to me, helps with inserting them into your foam. We're just going to put a little piece in there. Now, I'm making this for myself, so I would normally like glue everything down. But since I'm making this for myself, I don't always glue all my stuff down for my own personal use, okay? Just because I just don't. Because I have a tendency to reuse stuff, just like, sorry y'all, I want to cut another one of these just in case I need it. Another one of my filler. And a good angle on it. This is how I design on the fly. I know some people, you know, just come in and have everything ready to go, but tonight I'm designing on the fly. This is what I call designing on the fly. I just make it up as I go. This one does not want to come off. So we just got to twist it. Sorry, I know y'all not seeing that, but I'm having to twist it to get it to come off. I don't want it to be too big. Okay, so I have another greenery. I have all different kinds. So I have this one. I want to see, I'm just going to pull this one off and we'll see how it looks. If we just add a little bit of different greenery in there. Let's trim it off a little bit. I really need to work on this part here. And again, I'm going to trim that one off. We might take it out. This is another reason why I don't always glue it in, because we may have to take it out. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I'm going to go up a little bit, but not right now. And again, I feel like I need some of this in there as a filler. And I'm just trying to keep from cutting too much of that pine off right there. And if it won't trim it, just wiggle it back and forth and it'll pull right off. Okay, I just got to get a good bit of filler in there. Actually, we'll just go in here. Pull some of that up. There we go. And actually, I think I'm going to take that one out right now and kind of come in there. Just so we can get that going. Yeah. Okay. And we'll get this one in there. can always add more as we need it. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with my greenery for right now. I know it looks like a hot mess, but it usually ends up pretty good. Okay, I may take this pine cone out just because I'm not quite sure about it, because I want to add some of this in there, and we'll just pull this apart just to give it a little bit of something. Now these are wired too. I kind of just, it has a little bit of a whimsical design. I hadn't decided yet. It might be too conflicting with these berries. Well, we will see. I may not. I may come back to that one. Let's just see. So I've got this little pick here, which has some of the peppermints, which match the candle itself. And then I've got some other candy canes. Here we go. We got a candy cane pick as well that we may end up using. So right now I'm going to just trim this off and we're going to set that in there. Oh, let me measure it. I'm going to cut off about 2 inches. Guess I got to work on my little skills here as far as having a plan. But sometimes I don't. Y'all, I'm just having a hard time because I have arthritis in this thumb and it just is not happy with me. Let's just cut that back. Try it again. I think I'll have to get a different cutter. Maybe a little heavy duty cutter. Okay, there we go. We've got some peppermint and some of these kind of throughout it. Okay. We'll set them up just a tad bit. Again, I might take that other one out. We'll see. And then I've got some more pom-poms. You know, we could use these pom-poms if we wanted to. But let's try one of these. Because there is a candy cane in the candle design. Okay. I think I'm going to stick this one in the front. Kind of like he's holding a candy cane. You see that? I hope y'all are still there because it keeps going in and out for me. It keeps saying video interrupted. So golly, I hope it's still there. We may push him up a little bit. Okay. So I didn't want to go too frou-frou with this. I just wanted a little bit of greenery and just to kind of dress it up. So I am looking for I have another piece of berry that we could add to the other side. Actually has a little bell. It's kind of cute. We could add that, or we could just go in and, but I kind of like it. I'm liking it a little bit here. What do y'all think so far? Is it okay? You think it needs any more greenery? I don't think so. And again, it's just meant to be just a little accent to sit on your candle and not overpower it. Sometimes I'll come back and spray the fake snow on it as well. I still feel like there's something there, but I think I'm going to make a bow and put a bow in there. So I'm going to move this aside. And I call these accent bows. Like this bow, this is this is an accent bow, but it's more for a lantern. Way too big for the candle. So we're going to just make a super small accent bow. I've got some, I did these little bow kits up for a workshop I did in Myrtle Beach. And so I still had some of the ribbons left over. So I kind of want to just see if I can pull from that a little bit to go in with there. And then maybe use some of these ribbons. So I've got a mixture of ribbons. I'm going to just pull them all out. And I actually want to do a gingerbread ribbon. This one has the peppermints and the candy cane like the candle base itself. So I hope that's not blocking you guys. Let me know. I kind of want to use that one because it's a little different than this one here, than this ribbon. See how it is. Sorry. See, it has, the peppermints are different. I'm just going to go with this one. Sorry, y'all. Okay, what I'm going to do is take this 2.5-inch ribbon, and I'm just going to trim off that bent part. I hate that. And I'm not going to make a huge bow. I may not make a huge bow. I may just use this as my accent piece. So, because it has a pattern on it, so we'll see. I'm going to set this aside, and, well, actually, we're going to figure out what, I kind of like this because it has a candy cane look effect to it. Okay, so we'll use that one. I had several different types of, then we have a solid red. I have a red with a tiny polka dot. Kind of like that one. But I like the solid red too. I don't want to be too much white. Then I have a tan, or a canvas color. And it kind of blends with the color of that. So let's just open up these ribbons. We may end up using all 1.5-inch. Yeah, I'm going to shift this over, sorry. Because of just the size of it. And then just throw this in as a little accent piece. Okay. So I'm going to make a hand bow. Hand tied bow. This is old school. Sorry, y'all. Just trying to grab my little wires here. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't need much because I'm just going to make it an accent. I don't want it to be a huge loop. Let's see. Probably going to make a 3-inch loop. Yeah. So I'm going to make a 3-inch loop. And this is how I start mine off. Of course, you can do it like this. And then come back. See how I'm doing? I'm just pinching it together. And I don't need much, so I'm only going to do 2 loops. And y'all, I'll measure it out. Yep. We may even have to go back and do a smaller one. And I'll make this tail just a little longer. We can always trim it off. Alright. I'm going to start with that red. We can always move it up. Now what I do when I'm making mine, I'll make the loops and I'm going to stack them, but I stack them in my hand. So I'll hold it in my thumb just like that after I made the loops, and then I'll come back and add that. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, yeah, that's cute. That's cute. So I don't want much of a tail, and we'll flip this around here in just a minute. I want to be able to see that gingerbread on with the top and the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to go through, let me just see, yep. What I'm doing is I want to make sure that, because this is not going to be a loop, it's just going to be a tail. I just want to make sure that I'm getting the design in there that I want. So I kind of need to just go in the middle, so I have it on both ends. And I'm just going to trim it up here. Okay, so I just gather it and pinch it, and I'm just going to layer it on top. Just like that, and then we'll dovetail it. So that's how I do. I just sort of stack them in my hands, and then we'll decide what we want to do. If we want to do a white, polka dot. I don't really like the green in there, honestly. And I have a solid red, and the solid red would look pretty, but I think it might need a little, let's see. This is when you got to have a plan. So the polka dot looks cute. What do you think? I have a solid red, totally solid red, but it's too much red. Then I have just this tan. Then I have this one. I kind of like that. I actually have a 5/8 inch, which would be cute. We may add that. And I have this one. It's too much. I like this. This would look good too. It has a sparkle to it. This one is actually like a buffalo check. I don't know. Y'all, it's hard to decide. I just keep moving them and moving them until I find one I like. Set that aside, get that out of our way. We're actually going to make a loop with this. Yeah, I kind of like that. Gives it a little, brings it up and brightens it up. Okay. So, this is just how I make my quickies. I hold them in my hand. And again, we're going to do a small tail. So the tail's going to be about 4 inches, and then the loop's going to be another 3 inches. So actually I just put them together like that. Maybe a little bit smaller. And then I twist them. Actually, we'll do it this way. I brought the whole roll in here. Actually, we're going to have to make it a little bit smaller. Just trying to use my scraps, y'all. Y'all do that? I save all my scraps. I would love to go over to my friend's that does, she's a big wreath maker. I would just love to go dig through her scraps. Okay, so we got a little small one. We need it kind of small. There we go. Okay, so it's not much. It's not a big thing here. Okay, so I didn't bring a red one. I have a tan and I have white. I just call these little accent bows, and they go on little things like that, like mugs or gift wrapping. And I just pinch it in my hand, just like this. And I take a pipe cleaner. I don't even really use a zip tie on this one. You can if you choose to. But I take a pipe cleaner. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to trim off. I like to dovetail it. Oh, sorry, y'all. Maybe more, we'll see. I'll dovetail it, and then we may use some bind wire. I don't know if you've ever used bind wire. And I don't know, I'm a dovetail kind of person. I guess because I've done them so many years. And again, these are little accent bows. You don't have to do a huge bow for something to look really pretty. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love them huge bows. But I also like just something super simple and just, a little something, a little added charm. And y'all, this is just using leftover ribbons that I have. Okay, so there's my, okay. What do y'all think? It's just a cute little accent bow. It's nothing fancy, okay? It's just a cute little accent bow because you don't want to overwhelm it. And I think what we'll do, because you can see it's a little wider and you can see that there, we'll do something with that. And I'm just looking at it. So I think to hide it in the greenery, so I have what they call bind wire. It's this wire here. It's a paper covered wire. And we use this a lot in floral design. Okay, so you want to use it. So I have a brown and a green, either one. The brown to me would blend in like it's a branch, and then the greenery will just disappear into the greenery. Let me just see. It's a little dark, so I'm going to go with the brown. So I take my bind wire. I'm just going to trim off some. And you can use, you know, if you have floral wire, you can use that too. But I'm going to go around this bow. Okay, this is just the way I do mine. Anybody can do it. I gave myself plenty of room. I'm going to trim that off for sure. And then I'm going to trim this off right here because I don't want that white to show. And just tuck it down. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to take one of these red pom-poms and we're just pulling it off that. We're just going to pull that off, and I'll show you what we'll do with that here in a minute. So I'm going to take that, like I said, we'll just turn this a little bit so we see all the colors and get that tail going. I try to do most of my adjusting before I put it on there. Yeah, I know this is probably crazy, but this is how I do mine. You know, it's just how I do it. And I'm just trying to get it where I like it. Okay. We'll shift that over. Don't want to lose my pom-pom. So I'm just going to go right in here. I'm going to take, because I used it, remember we have a double right here. I'm just going to go down into the front of this gingerbread guy, and I'm just going to work it in. Sorry, y'all. We're just going to work it in, pull it behind. Now I'm going to flip it around, and we're just going to tie it in. This is just how I do mine. You can do whatever you want to do. If you have a better method, then go ahead and use it. But I just kind of go in there and just tie it in. And I'm just trying to get around his leg. Okay. We may have to pull that down just a tad. Okay. Sorry, I'm pulling the lid off. So, alright. Now I'm just going to twist it in. I won't cut off that yet, just because I want to see how that looks. Because if I need to remove it. Okay, I just wanted this to tuck in. I have to, well, he's kind of behind it. There, I kind of like that. Okay. And the greenery, we'll just pull that up a little bit. I may have to glue some of this in. Yep. Some of it I glue in and some of it I don't. Okay. And we may move that guy. Yeah, I think we're going to have to glue some of this in. For sure. Okay. What do y'all think? Can y'all see that? And again, I probably will go in and just glue it just to make sure. And I'm not liking this guy here. And I really can't see my peppermints too well, but we'll see. But I just wanted a little bit here and there. But what we're going to do is hide that, and we're going to use this pom-pom. Now, if you have another little embellishment, you can do that too. But I'm just going to stick a little pom-pom in the center, just like that. And I may come back and add a little bit more. A lot of times I will look at these and see like I feel like there needs to be a little bit more there. So I might come back and adjust the greenery and add a little bit. But again, I don't want it to be huge. I just wanted a little bit of it there so that I could sit it on my end table. You see how that looks? Can y'all see that? End table or coffee table. And then when I've got my candle lit, I can just take that and set it down here, and it becomes a shelf set. Sorry, y'all. A shelf sitter. And see how that? And then you have your candle, and you would just burn your candle. Sorry, that's the back of it. So you have that kind of sitting beside it. Thank you, Christy. You know, I got so focused on what I was doing. Hey, Patty. Oh, hey, Patty. Hey, Tammy. Thank y'all for joining me. Hey, Terry. Y'all, I got so focused on what I was doing, I forgot to even look at the comments. I apologize. I'll come back, any of them I missed. Yeah, thank you, Tammy. I just love it. And the thing is that you can do this with any size candle, whether it's high or low, whether it's solid or decorative. Okay? And so I just love it. And then when it's done, as you know, when the candles burn down and they get almost to the bottom, you really can't do with it. If you take boiling, y'all may already know this, but if you take boiling water and pour it down into it, you can get the rest of that candle wax. Yes, it makes a great gift. Thank you, Michelle. You can take boiling water and pour down in the bottom, and this is when the candle's like down to this low, and then you can reuse this as another, as another container, glass container, uh, once that's done. Um, so I don't know if y'all know that or not, but I do that with some of mine, especially if I really love the containers, the frosted red ones and green ones. But you can just use any type of that. So I just kind of wanted to show you this too. So it looks real pretty sitting on the side or on top, but let me show you really quick. I'm just going to grab one. Okay. So you can also, and I'm going to have to tilt y'all up a little bit so y'all can see. Hey. So you can also take and make a topper, right? And put it on top of a candle stick and use it as that too. And where you're just selling the topper. Now I use the candle top for this that fits this, but what I will be doing is some other types of candle toppers that I can use on candlesticks as well. So, but this is my favorite because it's a gift, and you can usually buy these candles fairly inexpensively. Um, and honestly, if you used the other option that I showed y'all, these little wooden circles, and you made it on here, you see, that sits right on top. That's not even made for it. It'll sit right on top. So if you have candles that don't actually have a top, don't worry. Find you a little round circle like this and use that, and it can just sit on there. And these I love too. I love to use these to make them. And it doesn't really, to me, go with the gingerbread, but it may go with a different theme that you're using. But I think it needs a little bit more work. I didn't want to keep y'all too long. I kind of just wanted to throw that little idea out to everyone and just show you how that looks. And again, I just think it's darling. And you can put this, on a bookshelf, coffee table, and you have a pretty candle and a pretty little design. Of course, you don't want it too close because that's a real candle. You don't want to put it too close to your arrangement. Um, but I hope you enjoyed this. If you haven't already started following me, you do that. This is day 3, and I've got 9 more days of different types of crafts that I'll be doing in home decor for the 12 days of Christmas crafts with Sweet Tea Makery. And thank you all so much for joining me. I hope to see y'all again tomorrow night with a different craft. Still thinking on which one I want to do. But again, thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.